The Impact of Media on Society. My source is a book called How Social Media is Changing the World by Sandrine Murud. Okay, first, the news. 50% of people learn about breaking news on social media. 65% of traditional media reporters and editors use sites like Facebook and LinkedIn for story research, and 52% use Twitter. Law enforcement. In 2011, the NYPD added a Twitter tracking unit and has used networking to arrest criminals who have bragged of their crimes online. 67% of federal, state, and local law enforcement think social media helps solve crimes more quickly. Now, education. More than 80% of U.S. college and university faculty use the media. More than 50% use it for teaching. 30% use it for communicating with students. 59% of students with access to the internet report that they use social networking sites to discuss educational topics. 50% of students use social media sites to talk about school assignments. Grades went up to 50%, chronic absenteeism went down to 33%. Now let's talk about employment. 1 in 6 job seekers attribute social media for helping find their current job. Media sites used by job searches. 89% of job recruiters have hired employments through social media. 26% through Facebook, 50% through Twitter. Voter participation. Facebook users reported they are more likely to vote if they see on social networking sites that their friends did. During the 2012 presidential election, 22% of registered voters posted about how they voted on Facebook or Twitter or other social media. 30% were encouraged to vote by posts on social media. 20% encouraged others to vote via social networking or other media like news. Political change. Social media has enabled greater political awareness and organization, which has in some cases rewritten entire political landscapes. The 2011 Egyptian uprising motivated tens of thousands of protesters through the media for 18 days of demonstrations and ultimately led to the registration of Egyptian President Morbank on February 2011. Now let's talk about economy. Social media sites have created a new industry and thousands of jobs in addition to providing new income and sales for all the country. The music industry. 4 billion video views are seen on YouTube globally every day. 64% of teenagers listen to music on YouTube, making it to the hit maker for songs rather than radio, that it's 56%, or CDs, like we used to do, that it's 50%. Marketing. Social media produces almost double the marketing leads of trade shows, telemarketing, direct mail, PPC. 74% of brand marketers saw an increase in website traffic after investing some 6 hours a day on social media. The interaction. 88% of teens report that social media helps them stay in touch with friends they cannot see regularly, or even family. 52% of teens using social media report that using these steps has helped their relationship with friends and family. 70% of adult social networking users visit the sites to connect with friends and family too. 57% make new friends using this media. 69% report getting to know students at their school better. The time we spend on social media. The average time spent on social media by age is 3.8 hours for 8 years to 34 years old a person is. 3 hours a day for a 35 to 49 years old a person. 2.4 hours a day for a 50 to 64 years old person. Business owners spend almost 50% more time than those who don't own a business. Now let's talk about the social activity. 1 out of every 7 minutes spent online is on Facebook. To conclude this, in my opinion, the media has a strong influence on society, both negatively and positively. How could it not have an influence? The media is all around us, and what's around us, and we will have an effect in some manner. I have witnessed the influence music videos have on teens. I've heard the young boys talk about the female artists and how hot they are and what they would like to be like them. I've seen the young girls striving to look like them so the boys will give them the same attention. I've seen teens totally change their conservative attire to freaky after finding out it's cool to look like certain music artists. Many change their actions and language to mimic these influences. On the flip side, there are good influence via the media. When a catastrophe strikes such as Hurricane Katrina, people are seen reaching out to help others. The TV show Extreme Makeover is a great example of how strangers pull together to help those less fortunate. Influences such as these can provoke the thought for people to help more in the community before catastrophe strikes, to be more giving all the world. The media may be an influence, but each people has free will. They can follow the influence of the media or create their own path. As for adults, it's pretty lame to follow a path just because the media tells you that's the way you have to go. Think for yourself. Define yourself as somebody, regardless of the influence around you. The media will always be an influence, but it can't control us unless we hand it over control. There is a vast difference between influence and control. The media can be a good thing. It's your choice in how you use it.